Today is very auspicious day. Jagannath Dev's Oran Shashti festival. This pastime is described in Chaitanya Bhagavat by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. It is all the time going, this festival, but when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was here, then one time this happened with Pundarik Vidyanidhi. So I want to read from Chaitanya Bhagavat. Once what happened in relation to this festival. Vidyanidhi Rakhi Prabhu Apon Nikote Basadilo Jameshare Samudero Tote Nilachale Rohya Dekhen Jagannath Damodar Suruper Boro Primo Patra Dui Jone Jagannath Dekhe Ek Songe Anyone Thaken Shri Krishna Rasa Kotharonge. Pundarik Vidyanidhi in Krishna Lila, he is Brishabhanu Maharaj, father of Radharani. So now he appeared as Pundarik Vidyanidhi in Gaur Lila to enrich Mahaprabhu's pastimes. So here Vrindavan Das Thakur, this is happening in Puri already. Although Mahaprabhu first met Pundarik Vidyanidhi in Navadip, you know, in his biography we are hearing. So this is in Puri. The Lord kept Pundarik Vidyanidhi with him in Jagannath Puri and assigned him a residence at Jameshwar on the shore of the ocean. That is near Tota Gopinath temple. While residing in Nilachal, he regularly went to see Lord Jagannath. Pundarik Vidyanidhi was very dear to Sarup Damodar. They would go together to see Lord Jagannath and then enjoy discussing topics of Krishna. Jatra asi bajilo oran shashtinam noya bastra pore Jagannatha Bhagavan seidin manduya bastra pore nishare tanje ichasei moto dase kore Shri Gaura Sundaraloi Sarva Bhakta Gon Aila Dekite Jatra Shri Bastra Oran. Soon the time came for the festival called Oran Shashti. On this occasion, Lord Jagannath wears a new dress because winter is starting on this Titi. By the desire of Lord Jagannath, his servants dress him in a starched dress on this day. That is unwashed starched cloth. Lord Gaurasundar took all of his devotees and went to see this festival of Oran Shashti. Mridanga Muhari Shanka Dondubi Kahal Dhaka Dagada Kara Bajaya Vishal Sedine Nana Bastra Poren Ananta Shashti Hoite Lagi Rohe Makara Parjanta Bastra Lagi Hoite Lagilo Ratri Sheshe Bhakta Goshti Soho Prabhu Deki Preme Bhase. Mridangas, Muharis, conch shells, kettle drums, kahalas, dhakas, dagadas, and karas were loudly played. On that day, Lord Jagannath wears various dresses. This festival continues from the 6th day of the waxing moon in the month of Agrahayan, November-December, to the end of the month of Magh, January-February, till the end of winter. The offering of dresses goes on till the end of night. As Lord Chaitanya watched this festival with his devotees, he floated in waves of ecstatic love. Apone upasaka upasya apone Kebuje tahan mon tan kripabine, ei Prabhu daru rupe boise jogasane, nyasi rupe bhakti jog koren apone, pat neta shukla pita nilanana borne, dibya vastre deno mukta rochito suvarne. Lord Chaitanya was himself the worshipper and the object of worship. But without his mercy, who could understand his mind? In the form of the deity, the Lord sat on the throne, and in the form of a sannyasi, he practiced devotional service. That is why I sang this song before the recording started. Jai Jai Jagannath, Sachiranandan. There is no difference between Jagannath and Sachinandan, Gaurahari, and Krishna and Ramchandra. There in the song it is, some say that he previously killed Ravan. Some say he previously performed pastimes in Goloka. Now this same personality, he is here in Radha Bhap and preaching Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then next means last line is Jai Krishna, say Gaur, say Jagannath. That Krishna is the same as Gaura or as Jagannath. They're same person. So here, in the form of deity Jagannath, he's there, and in the form of Mahaprabhu, he's worshipping him. Fine white, yellow, and blue silk clothes decorated with pearls and gold were offered to the deity form of the Lord. Bastra lagi hoile deno pushpa alankar, pushper kankan shriki rito pushpa har, ganda pushpa dhub dip, shorasho paachare, puja kori bhog dila bibido prakare, tobe prabhu jatra dekhi sarva goshti sange. Aila base Premananda Sukho Range. After Lord Jagannath was dressed, he was decorated with flower ornaments, flower bangles, a flower crown, and flower garlands. Jagannath was then worshipped with 16 items like sandalwood pulp, flowers, incense, and ghee lamps. He was then offered various types of foodstuffs. After the Lord saw this festival in the company of all his associates, he returned to his residence, absorbed in ecstatic love. Basai bidai koila Vaishnava savare, birole rohila nijanande ekeshware, jarje basai sobe korila agomon, bidyanidhi damodar songe onukon, onyonye duhar jotek manah kotha. Nishkapate duhe kohe duhare sarvatha. After sending all the Vaishnavas home, the Lord remained alone in his own ecstatic mood. All the devotees left for their respective residences except Pundarik Vidyanidhi, who remained with Swarup Damodar. They would both disclose their minds to each other without hesitation. Manduya basana jedho rila Jagannathe, sandeho janmilo vidya nidir ihate, jigyasila damodar swaruper stane, manduya basanishwarere deno kene, edesheto shruti smriti sakala prachure, tobe kene binadhaute manda vastra pore. After seeing Lord Jagannath wearing starched cloth, which is considered impure because the weavers, those who are doing that, they are using that, it is more easy to weave. But after the clothes are made, then you should wash them. But they did not wash. So after seeing Lord Jagannath wearing starched cloth, Pundarik Vidyanidhi developed some doubt. He asked Swarup Damodar, why do they offer starched dress to Lord Jagannath? The Shrutis and Smritis are widely accepted in this place. So why is starched cloth offered before it is washed? Once in our Calcutta math, during prasad time, then some devotees were sitting here, and one senior devotees were opposite. So one here, he was not eating very carefully, and some remnants, they fell on his cloth, and he was touching the asan and like this. Then one senior devotee, Ram Prabhu, asked him, "Where are you from?" He said, "I am from Orissa." Then he told him, there in Orissa, they have knowledge about Uchishta, about remnants. So why you are not observing this? Then he became ashamed and he was more careful. Like in Rajasthan and that side where there is lack of water, they are not following so much these cleanliness things, because you cannot always take bath and always wash hands. There is shortage of water. But in Puri and Bengal, and there is enough water all the time. So they are taking bath all the time and washing hands and everything. So he asked him, this Uchishta, because this is important thing. Remnants of prasad, that will contaminate further offering. Like if you want to offer something to Krishna, you cannot. If it is touched by the remnants of someone or to another Vaishnava, that we have to learn, so that we don't displease Vaishnavas, especially senior Vaishnavas, and not touching with the spoon the plate where some Vaishnavas already think when you give more, you should not touch. Then it is touched, his remnants touch that, and again you will give to another, and like this. So we have to be careful how we distribute prasad, so that there is no mixing of these remnants. And when also plates, they have to be thrown or washed or something. So if I am touching plates and throwing, then I have to wash hand, like of someone else's plate. Then I have to wash hand before I start distributing fresh prasad. It is important. What to speak of someone eating is eating and he goes and takes more prasad. That is not allowed. And the one who is distributing, he should also be clean when distributing, and be careful how he is distributing, so that he does not pollute. So here, Pundarik Bidanidhi gave same argument. Here, people in Orissa, they know about Shruti and Smriti. If someone is ignorant, that is another thing, but here they know. So why they are doing this? Damodar Sarup Kohen Shuno Kotha Deshachare ite dosh naloen etha Shruti Smriti je jane sena kore sarvatha Ejatrar eimoto sarva kalo etha Ishware icha jodi na thake antare tobe dekho raja kene nished na kore. Sarup Damodar replied, please listen, there is no fault in this, because that is the custom of this place for this festival. Persons who know the Shrutis and Smritis may not observe this festival, but here it has always been observed in this way. If this was not the desire of Lord Jagannath, then why hasn't the king stopped it? Because when Jagannath wants something, he will tell it in dream to the king that this is wrong. Like Ratha Yatra, once 1 year he didn't go because they did not invite the king. Government did not allow. Jagannath did not want to go. So only then Jagannath appeared in dream to one panda and told him the problem is because they did not invite the king. So I'm not going. Then immediately when the king was invited and he came there and was sweeping in front of Jagannath, immediately Jagannath came. So Jagannath will let someone know if there is any mistake. So Swarup Damodar said here, they did not tell there is any mistake. And we may like have excuse, we are Westerners, we don't follow this. But this cannot be as excuse. We are very eager to go into Jagannath temple in India. We are ready to fight. No, we are devotees. We are devotees. We are not Westerners. We are devotees. We want to see our God, our Father. We want to enter Jagannath temple. We are ready to fight. But we are not. We are saying we are devotees. But as devotees, there is certain etiquette to be followed, sadachara, which is observed by devotees, according to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sanatana Goswami wrote in Hari Bhakti Vilas. So certain things are to be followed by devotees in regard to purity for offering and with behavior with other devotees and with japa mala. There are certain purity standards which we have to follow if we are saying we are devotees. But here it was another thing that Jagannath did not object, and in other places they don't observe this festival. Bidyanidhi bole bhalo ko rukui ishware, ishwarer je karma seva ke kene kore, puja panda poshupal poricha behar, apavitra bastra kene dhore ba ihar, Jagannath Ishwar sambhave sob tane, tan acharan ki korigo sarvajone. Pundarik Bidyanidhi said, the Lord may do as he likes, but why do the servants imitate the activities of the Lord? Why do the priests, the pujaris, the temple superintendents, and the servants touch the unwashed clothes? Lord Jagannath is the supreme controller. For him, everything is possible. But how can others imitate his activities? Manda bastra sporshe hosto dhuile se shudi, ihavana kore kene hoya subudi. Raja patra buddha je ihana bichare, Raja o manduya bastra deno nijo shire, Damodar Swarup bole shuno bhai, heno buji Oran jatrai dosh nai. If one touches starched cloth, he should wash his hands to purify himself. Why don't such learned persons follow this injunction? What to speak of after eating or touching some remnants or some impure from shop, bringing everyone touching. So I have to wash hands after touching something dirty. Rajapatra, the government officers are ignorant because they do not consider this. The king even wraps his starched cloth on his head. Damodar Swarup replied, please listen, my dear brother. I think there is no fault in this Oran festival. Param Brahma Jagannath Rupa Avatar Bidiba Nishet Eta na kore bichar Bidyanidhi bole bhai shuno ek kotha Param Brahma Jagannath Vigraha Sarvata Tane dosh nahi bidhi nishet langhile Egula Brahma hoilo thaki nila chale. The Supreme Brahman has incarnated as the deity of Lord Jagannath. Therefore, rules and regulations do not apply to him. Pundarik Bidyanidhi said, please listen, brother. The deity of Lord Jagannath is the Supreme Brahman in all respects. He is not at fault, even if he violates the rules and regulations. But have all these others become Brahman by staying in Nilachal? They are not God, only staying here. So it is fault with them. Here Prabhupada is explaining, Srila Bhakti Saraswati Thakur, the Smriti injunction is that starch cloth is impure. Yes. The deity of form of the Lord is transcendental, so this custom may be suitable to him, but his servants are not Brahman, devoid of material qualities. That is the argument of Pundarik Vidya. Therefore, they must consider qualities and faults. The servants are not deity incarnations. Vidyanidhi considered that the behavior of Lord Jagannath's servants was faulty. Iharao charilek lok vyabhar, sobe hoilo brahma rup avatar, eto boli sarva pote hasya hasya, jayan jeheno hasya vesh jukta hoya, dui saka hata hati korya haseno, Jagannatha sereo achar dosheno. They have given up proper etiquette and have become like incarnations of the Supreme Brahman. While speaking in this way, they laughed again and again as they walked down the road. The two friends held each other's hands and laughed as they discussed whether Lord Jagannath's servants were at fault. Like similarly, when Shilaisi Bhakti Sai Maharaj was sent to preach in the West, then at that time Western society was very much degraded, especially those hippies in America and all this. He had to preach. So he could introduce some rules and regulations according to time, place, circumstances, but he himself admitted that I could not yet fully train them properly in everything. That will come gradually. So he requested his god brothers also that to help his disciples. So once it happened in Vrindavan, our god brother of Gurudev, he saw one devotee during the time of Sai Maharaj, one Western devotee. So he was having Gopi Chanda, or some say tilak, actually it is Gopi Chandan, that paste. But he was looking where he could get some water, and he could not find where is the water. So then he spit on his hand, and then he melted that paste and put tilak. Then our Maharaj became too much upset. How he can do like this? It is totally impure. That you have to melt on that Ganga water or Jamuna or Kaveri or purified water by invoking mantra, then you can use. But he's spitting. And he was putting tilak. Then our Maharaj was upset. Then he went to Sai Maharaj, and Sai Maharaj said, what to do? They are new, and in their culture, there is no custom like to wear tilak. So at least he accepted that it is good to have tilak. So some progress is there. The rest, gradually, they will understand. We have to be patient. So Sai Maharaj had to be very patient because that was his seva, to preach to that kind. But that is, we cannot take it as an excuse that forever we can remain in that level. Because he himself told, I could not train, but they should be trained. So it will happen gradually with the help of other my god brothers. So gradually we have to learn these things of Vaishnava etiquette, purity, remnants, this washing hands, all these things. We cannot say Swami Maharaj did not introduce, so no. He did not introduce everything, but his desire was to gradually introduce everything, and he engaged later generation to do this. So Pundarik Vidyanidhi was upset with Sevaks. सौबे न जानें सर्वा दासेर प्रभाव कृष्ण से जानें जार जो तो अनुराग ब्रह्म कोरायन कृष्ण आपन दासेर ब्रह्मच्छेद करे पाचे सदाय अंतरे ब्रह्म कोराइला विद्यानिधिरे आपने ब्रह्मच्छेद कृपाशु निवा एकोने. No one can understand the glories of the Lord's servants. Only Krishna knows their attachment for him. Krishna sometimes bewilders his devotee and then, feeling compassion for him, he destroys his illusion. First, the Lord bewildered Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Now you will hear how the Lord destroyed his illusion. Arjuna also was first bewildered so that Gita can appear, the teaching for us. Gadadhar also seemingly made offense to Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Now Pundarik Vidyanidhi is bewildered and he is committing offense. This is all Leela to give us teaching. It is for our benefit. It is not that really they are committing offense with the purpose of displeasing Supreme Lord. No. They can never do this because they are pure devotees. But Krishna makes such drama so that we may get some teaching out of it. Ei motorange dhonge dui priya sokha chalilen Krishna karye jar jata basa bikha kori ailen gauranger stane Prabhu stane asisobe thakila shayane Sakala janen Prabhu Chaitanya Gosai Jagannath Rupe Sapne Gela Tan Thai. In this way, the two intimate friends went to their residences to perform their Krishna conscious duties. After taking their meals, they went to Gauranga's residence for some time. Then they returned to their residences and took rest. In his form as Lord Jagannath, the omniscient Lord Chaitanya appeared before Pundarik Vidyanidhi in a dream. So Jagannath is same, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna all same person. Swapane deken Vidyanidhi Mahashoy, Jagannath balai asi hoila bijoy. Krodarup Jagannath Vidyanidhi dekhe, apone dhoriya tare, chare eno mukhe. Dui bhai mili chora mare, dui gale. Heno dara charaya, je anguli gale phule. Vidyanidhi Mahashoy saw Lord Jagannath and Balaram appear before him in a dream. In his dream. Vidyanidhi saw Lord Jagannath catch hold of him and slap his face in an angry mood. The two brothers, Jagannath and Balaram, slapped him on his cheek so hard that his swollen face bore impressions of their fingers. Dukho pai Vidyanidhi Krishna Raksha bole, aparat komo voli pore padatole. Kon aparade more ma roho gosai, Prabhu bole tor aparader anta nai, mor jati mor sevaker jati nai, sakala janila tumi rohi ei thai. Feeling distress, Vidyanidhi fell at their feet and prayed, Krishna save me, forgive my offenses. O Lord, for what offense are you beating me? The Lord replied, there is no end to your offenses. I do not belong to any caste, and my servants also do not belong to any caste. You should have learned this while staying here. Tobe kene rahiacho jati nashtane, jati rakhi cholo tumi apon bhavone. Ami je koriya achi jatrar nirbanda, tahate obhab anacharer sambanda. Amare koriya brahma sevak nindiya, manduya kaparastane dosh drishti diya. Why then are you staying in a place where you will lose your caste? If you want to protect your caste, you better go home. Like being afraid I will become polluted. They're doing this. I have inaugurated the traditional observance of this festival. How then can you think that there is any improper behavior in it? You accept me as the Supreme Brahman, but you offend my servants by finding fault in their dressing me with starched cloth. Sapne বিদ্যানিধি মহাভয় পাই মনে ক্রন্দন করেন মাথা ধরি শ্রী চারণে সব অপরাধ প্রভু ক্ষমা পাপী ইষ্টেরে ঘাতিলুন প্রভু বলিলুন তোমারে যে মুখে হাসিলুন প্রভু তোর সেবা কেরে সে মুখের শাস্তি প্রভু ভালো কইলাম মরে Bidyanidhi felt great fear. He therefore placed his head at the lotus feet of the Lord and cried, Please forgive the offenses of this most sinful person. I am defeated. I apologize. O Lord, with this mouth I have laughed at your servants, so you have now properly punished that mouth. Bhalo din hoilo mor aji suprabhat, mukha kapoler bhagye bajilo shrihat. Prabhu bole tore anugraher lagia, tomare korilun shasti sevak dekia, sapne premanidhi proti premadrishti kori. Deule aila dui bhai Ram Hori. This is the auspicious beginning of a new day, for my face and forehead were touched by your lotus hand. The Lord replied, I have punished you to bestow mercy on you, for I consider you my servant. In this way, the two brothers, Jagannath and Balaram, mercifully glanced on Premanidhi in his dream and then returned to their temple. Swapna dekhi Bidyanidhi jagiya uthila, gale chara dekhi sob hasite lagila, Shrihaster chare sob phuli ache gal, dekhi Premanidhi bole boro bhalo bhalo. Jeno koilun apara tar shasti pailun, bhalai koilen Prabhu olpe erailun. After seeing this dream, Pundarik Bidyanidhi woke up. Then he saw the slap marks on his cheeks and began to laugh. His cheeks were swollen from the slapping of the lotus hands of the Supreme Lord. Seeing this, Premanidhi said, This is very good. I have received punishment for my offense. Yet the Lord has mercifully awarded me only a token punishment. Very merciful. Dekho dekho ei Bidyanidhir mohima, seva kere doya joto tar ei sima, putra je pradyumna tahane o henomote, charana maren Prabhu shikshar nimite. Just see the glories of Pundarik Bidyanidhi. This is the limit of the Lord's mercy on his devotees. The Lord did not slap even his own son Pradyumna to teach him in this way. Janaki Rukmini Satyabhama Adi Joto Ishwar Ishwari Ar Ache Koto Koto Shakshate Mare Jar Aparada Hoy Sapner Prasad Shasti Drishya Kobunoy Sapne Dandapai Kiba Artalab Hoy Jagile Purusha Se Sakal Kichu Noy. The Lord's associates and consorts, like Janaki, that is Sita, Rukmini and Satyabhama, as well as the various gods and goddesses, are directly punished if they commit an offense. But to receive the Lord's mercy by being punished in a dream is rarely seen. Someone who receives punishment or wealth in a dream has nothing to show for it when he wakes up. But if the Lord, no, this I have to read in Bangla. Shashti ba prasad prabhu sapne jare kore, je jodi sakshat loke dekhe phol dhore, tar boro bhagyavan nahi ko sangsare, sapne hona kohe kichu abhakta jonere. But if the Lord punishes or bestows mercy on someone in a dream, the results are seen by everyone. If you dream you got well, then when you wake up nothing is there. But if Supreme Lord punishes, then that will also be seen by others. In Vedanta Sutra you will find in the topic about dreams, that through dreams we get the fruits of certain karma, suffering or enjoyment. The only difference is that if you get outside, others can see it, but what you get in dream, they cannot see, but you know, and you feel that suffering or enjoyment in dream. But here, the result of Krishna's mercy was also shown to others. Shakshate se ei sob buja hobichare, ei je javan gone, ninda hingsa kore, তাহারাও স্বপ্নে অনুভব মাত্রা চাহে, নিন্দা হিংসা করে দেখি স্বপ্ন নাহি পায়ে, জাবানের কিদায় যে ব্রাহ্মণ সাজন, তারা যত অপরাধ করে অনুক্ষণ, অপরাধ হইলে দুই লোকে দুঃখ পায়, স্বপ্নে হওয়া ভক্তা পাপিস তেরে না শিখায়. By analyzing this incident, one can directly understand that because the Javanas engage in blasphemy and violence. Javanas means this Western kind of religious practitioners, Muslim, Christian also. It is not fully free of violence and blasphemy. It is according to the level of those audience. They could introduce some worship of God, but not fully, so these elements are still present. So Yavanas engage in blasphemy and violence. They're killing cow, animals. All this is not good. They can never see the Lord in their dreams, even if they want to. What to speak of Javanas, even respectable Brahmanas who constantly commit offenses, attain miseries in this life and in the next as a result of their offenses. Yet the Lord does not teach such sinful non-devotees in their dreams. Sapne pratyadesh prabhu koren jahare, sei mahabhagya heno mane apanare, shakshate apone sapne marilo tahare, e prasade sobe dekhe shri premani dhire, tobe pundarik dev utila prabhate, chare gal puliyache dekhe dui hate. A person who receives instructions from the Lord in a dream considers himself most fortunate. Evidence of the mercy Sri Premanidhi received when he was beaten by the Lord in a dream could be seen by everyone. When Pundarik Bidanidhi got up in the morning, he could feel with his hands that his cheeks were swollen. প্রতিদিন দামোদর স্বরূপ আসিয়া জগন্নাথ দেখে দোহে এক সঙ্গ হইয়া. प्रत्यह ऐसे स्वरूप से दिनो आइला आसिया ताके किचु कहिते लगिला सकाले आइसो जगन्नाथ दर्शने আজি শয়া হইতে নাহি উতে কি কারণে. Swarup Damodar would come every day and the two would go together to see Lord Jagannath. When Swarup Damodar came, as he did regularly, he began to speak to Vidyanidhi. Every morning you come with me to see Jagannath. Why haven't you gotten up yet today? Vidyanidhi bole bhai hetai aiso, sobkota koro mor eta asi boiso. Damodar asi dekhe tan dui gal, puliache chara china dekhen bishal. Damodar Swarup jigyase eki kotha, kene gal puliache kiba paile byatha. Vidyanidhi replied, "Oh brother, please come and sit down and I will explain everything." When Swarup Damodar came near, he saw that Pundarik Vidyanidhi's cheeks were swollen with slap marks. Swarup Damodar asked him, "What is this? Why are your cheeks swollen? Did you get hurt?" Hasya bolen Vidyanidhi, "Mahashoy, Shuno bhai kali gela, jotek sangshoy. Manduya bastre je ko rilun abagyan, tar shasti gale ei dekho vidyaman. Aji sapne asi Jagannath Balaram, duidanda charaye nahi ko vishram." Pundarik Vidyanidhi smiled and said, "Please listen, brother. All my doubts were vanquished last night. Look at my cheeks and see the evidence of the punishment I received because of criticizing the offering of starched clothes to Lord Jagannath. Last night, Lord Jagannath and Balaram appeared before me in a dream and continuously slapped me for 2 dandas, about 48 minutes. So, we have to be, in relation to that topic, according to Sai Maharajas, we have to be patient with Western devotees so that it takes some time for them to understand and apply all Vaishnava etiquette, but that does not mean that they should not be taught or that they should not come to that. Only that is important, but we have to be patient with them, and with affection we should try to teach them and be patient. More Poridhan Bastra ko Rili Nindon, Eto boli gale charayen duijon, Gale baji ache joto anguler anguri, Bhalo mote utar ko rite nahi pari. Elojjai kahare sam bhasha nahi kori, Gal balo hoilese bahir hoite pari. They both slapped my cheeks while saying, "You have criticized the clothes we wear. See the marks of their fingers on my cheeks. I was unable to pacify them. I am too embarrassed to speak to anyone. I will go out only after my cheeks become normal." Eto kotha anyatra kohite jogya nohe, boro bhagya heno bhai manila hridoye, balo shasti pailun aparat anu rupe, enahile poritam maha andakupe, Vidyanidhi proti dekhis neher udoy, anande bhasen damodar maha shoy. It is not proper to tell others about this incident. O brother, in my heart I consider myself most fortunate. I have received a proper punishment for my offense. Otherwise I would have fallen into a blind well. Seeing the Lord's affection towards Pundarik Vidyanidhi, Swarup Damodar floated in ecstasy. I don't know if I read this verse already in Bengali. Vidyanidhi prati dekhi sneher udoy, anande basen damodar mahashoy. Sakar sampade hoy sakar ulas, dui jone hasen para nandahas. Damodar Swarup bolen, "Shuno bhai, e moto adbhut danda dekhi shuni nai." Seeing the Lord's affection towards Pundarik Vidyanidhi, Swarup Damodar floated in ecstasy. As one becomes happy upon seeing the good fortune of a friend, the two both laughed in great happiness. Damodar Swarup said, "Listen, my brother, I have never heard about or seen such a wonderful punishment. Swapne asi shasti kore apone shakshate, ar shuni nai sobe dekilon tomate, henomote dui sokha bhasen santoshe, ratradin na janen Krishna kotha rase." Heno Pundarik Bidyanidhir Prabhap Ihanese Gaurachandra Prabhu Bole Bap. The Lord appeared in a dream and personally punished you. I have never before heard of such a thing, but I can directly see that you have been punished. In this way, the two friends floated in happiness and forgot whether it was day or night, as they continually enjoyed topics of Krishna. Such was the influence of Pundarik Bidyanidhi. Lord Gaurachandra would address him as Father. Heno Pundarik Bidyanidhir Prabhap. Not this I read. Padas Parsha Bhoyana Ko Reno Ganga Snan. Sobe Ganga Deken Ko Reno Jalpan. E Bhakter Nam Loya Gaurango Ishwar Pundarik Baboli Kanden Vistar. Pundarik Bidyanidhi Charitra Shunile Abhashyata Hare Krishna Pada Padma Mile Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Chand Jan Vrindavan Das Tochu Pada Jugegan. Pundarik Bidyanidhi would not take bath in the Ganges in fear of touching her with his feet. Like Prabhupada did not enter into Radha Kunda. He saw it, this is Radharani, how I can put my feet inside. Also, Pundarik Bidyanidhi saw the transcendental form of Ganga Devi is coming from Vishnu's lotus feet. How I can enter there? Only he would bow down. Yes, he would simply take darshan of the Ganges and drink the water and put on hat. And we are offering dandavat and putting on hat. There should be respect to Ganga. And also he could not see, it is mentioned in some other place. He did not like to see how people, they are washing their clothes there and sometimes spitting and gargling in Ganga. It pained his heart to see such things with Ganga. So he preferred to go there at night only, when no one is there and he can properly respect Ganga, worship, take water on head, drink. That time it was possible to drink Ganga. So in this way, Lord Gauranga would cry profusely and call out the name of this devotee, "O Father Pundarik," because in Radharani's mood, Radharani's father is Vrishabhanu Maharaj. So Mahaprabhu also in Radharani's mood, he said to Pundarik, "You are my father." Whoever hears the characteristics of Pundarik Bidyanidhi will certainly achieve the lotus feet of Krishna. Accepting Sri Chaitanya and Nityananda Prabhu as my life and soul, I, Vrindavan Das, sing the glories of their lotus feet. So today, this Oran Shashti festival is starting in Puri. They will offer and it will go on till the end of winter. So I'm bowing down to Jagannath and all his servants, and also Pundarik Bidyanidhi, Swarup Damodar, all Mahaprabhu's associates, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and praying for their causeless mercy. Tomorrow we will continue hearing that lecture of Srila Prabhupada on Radha Kund.